Hi, I'm Parris, and if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know I am deeply into sweet potato. My diet is sort of a Blue Zone, Okinawan-inspired diet where I eat a lot of sweet potato every day, and it's worked really well. I've lost over 50 pounds over the past year. In fact, I realized I was spending so much on sweet potato, I decided I would start growing my own, and I've got sweet potatoes in cups with the slips coming out, getting ready to transfer them out to our garden, so 3 or 4 months from now I can harvest a whole bunch of sweet potato and save some money. What I was not prepared for, though, was yesterday morning, Monday morning, when I went to the supermarket. And of course there was no toilet paper, there was no hand sanitizer, but there was also no potatoes. Not one potato, not one sweet potato left in the entire store. Now I buy sweet potato a couple times a week. I stock up on several pounds of the different varieties of them. And it's rare that I'm elbow to elbow with anyone shopping for sweet potato. So how is it they emptied the entire shelves over the weekend? Well, potatoes have the reputation for being a great survival food. They last a long time. They're very easy to prepare. You can just boil them or bake them. So if you're worried about food shortages, potatoes apparently are the way to go. And that hadn't occurred to me before the weekend. I was at the supermarket on Thursday, and it was an unusual crowd for midday shopping. Usually it's mothers with their children and the older folks. That's who shops during the day. But no, these were people who had obviously just come from work. They were buying lots of packaged foods, but when I got to the produce section, it was empty. Nobody really wanted to go and buy the raw materials to prepare their own foods. They wanted the semi or mostly prepared foods you can just microwave or throw in a pot of boiling water. So I thought, well, that's great. When I come back, even if most of the shelves are empty, at least the produce will still be here. And sure enough, when I went yesterday morning, the produce was still there. Lots of bananas, lots of apples, though they didn't have quite the variety of types of apples. So there was still plenty of food in the supermarket, but no potatoes. So I assume potatoes are mostly harvested in the US in the fall, which means they're in refrigerated warehouses and they distribute some every so often to the stores. But it worries me that if everyone's going to buy them out as soon as they get into the stores, they may go through all of last year's harvest and there may not be any more potatoes coming till this fall. So this morning, Tuesday morning, I went over to the home improvement store to get the rest of my gardening stuff because I'm all the more determined to grow my own sweet potatoes now. And on the way, I noticed that the Whole Foods parking lot was not completely full. So on the way home, I stopped in, got the shopping cart ready to fill with potatoes, and I bought the last potatoes at Whole Foods. These are the last sweet potatoes, well, actually of any type of potato they had at Whole Foods. And to think how many people looked at these potatoes and rejected them. But I was so happy to see them. There were 3 sweet potatoes left. They look okay to me, but I sort of feel like I rescued them from the island of misfit sweet potatoes. Or maybe if I'd come in a minute later, they'd have been gone too. So as of tomorrow, I'm going to have a very large sweet potato shaped hole in my diet. And I've been trying to think what I'm going to fill that with because I like the taste of sweet potato and maybe more importantly, they're very filling. And I'm worried about being tempted into eating foods that I decided I wouldn't. So I've decided to go back to having protein powder. I had a cup of protein powder in almond or soy milk every morning for probably the first 6 months of when I started losing weight. Helped a lot, helped to keep me feeling full and kept my protein levels up. So hopefully that will help some with helping to keep me feeling full, but I don't know what I'm going to replace these with. I am definitely open to suggestions. I'm looking for a complex carbohydrate that's mixed with a fair amount of fiber as well as minerals and vitamins. Maybe you can think of a good food choice that meets that criteria, something I haven't thought of. If so, please comment down below this video. Now both our local supermarket and Whole Foods have loads of food on the shelves, so it's not a matter of not being able to find some food, it's just a matter of being able to find the food you really wanted. And I know now that as of today, the mayor of Austin has decided to shut down all restaurants. So I know it won't be long before the family here starts ordering pizza delivery and Chinese food takeout, and I need to have something so I can resist that temptation. All suggestions appreciated, and I'll see you on the next review.